What's going on, guys? It's your host here, David, and I'd like to welcome you guys to another episode of This Week in CrossFit. Now, if this is your first time checking out the show, I'd like to thank you guys very much for taking some time out of your day and watching this episode. I'd like to welcome you guys to a weekly dialogue that we have here where we talk all things going on in the world of CrossFit this week. And if you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when the next episode drops. Yesterday, Dave Casher released the event details for CrossFit Workout 18.0, an inaugural WOD to celebrate the CrossFit Games season in 2018, as well as to celebrate the release of the Reebok CrossFit Nano 8 to the general public. And in true Dave Castro fashion, we also get the release of two new movement standards for the dumbbell snatch as well as the burpee. In regards to the dumbbell snatch, in previous seasons, athletes could switch the dumbbell between hands once the dumbbell was overhead. This season, however, the dumbbell must pass below eye level before the athlete can switch the dumbbell between hands. And for burpees in connection with the dumbbell snatch, the dumbbell must be set next to the athlete, parallel to their feet in the direction that the athlete is jumping. So essentially what takes place is the athlete is jumping over the dumbbells when the athlete is doing burpees in connection with dumbbell snatches. Also, Dave Castro mentioned that when performing burpees at quote-unquote RX, the athlete's feet must be jumping back together and forward together for it to be considered an RX burpee. So even if an athlete is tired, the athlete can't step back or step forward when performing a burpee when they're kicking their legs out. It has to be jumping forward and jumping backwards. Essentially what he said is you're performing a scaled burpee if you're doing it as a step forward and a step back. So with these new movement standards, what do you guys think? Is this going to have any effect on your performance in the open this year when you're tired or when you're fresh? It's going to actually probably suck a little bit more. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get a workout with burpees and dumbbell snatches where we can actually see how this is going to play out. We don't really know for sure yet unless you do 18.0. And speaking of the Nano 8, let's talk about the Nano 8 gate controversy. And to bring you up to speed, Reebok opened up sales to purchase a custom pair of Reebok Nano 8's for a limited time this last holiday season for delivery before the sale to the general public. But what athletes got was actually different than what they actually purchased. What Reebok actually delivered to them was the quote-unquote Nano 8 with the Nano 7 weave technology as well as the Nano 7 midsole. So essentially they just purchased a custom pair of Nano 7's. Now if you follow as many reviews as possible on Instagram or Reebok Nano Club, you know that a bunch of people were actually quite upset to find that what they purchased was not actually what they got. And eventually what it ended up being turned into was quote-unquote Nano 8 gate. The funny thing is that Reebok never actually made an official statement as far as them actually messing up. But what they did do was send an email out to everybody who purchased a custom pair of Nano 8's to let them know that they would be getting a voucher to purchase another pair of custom Nano 8's. But quite a few people were actually pretty upset to find out that there was no actual real restitution. I know Joel from his many reviews did go back and forth with Tal, who is a Reebok executive who works with their production team, if I'm not mistaken, and he was able to get some answers. You can actually go over and check out Joel's channel, as many reviews as possible, and he goes over in full detail of what exactly happened. But in short, what happened was Reebok did not put the dual density midsole that was supposed to make the Nano 8 more flexible than the Nano 7. And they also didn't put the updated weave technology, which was also to allow more flexibility and more protection on the Nano 8. I actually ended up hearing about this story from somebody who posted it on my last video because this last weekend I was actually out of town, so which is why there was no This Week in CrossFit episode. Now there's no real news yet to know if anybody has actually received their second pair and gotten the same issue, but we should hear in due time. I'll make sure to update you guys to let you know how the story progresses and if anybody has had any extra issues with their second pair of custom Nano 8's that they purchased. But let me know in the comments below, how do you think Reebok handled the situation? Do you think that it was okay for them to just not say anything, not post anything on their website, and to just secretly email people? Or do you think that Reebok should have actually posted something on their website to let people know that, hey, if you do purchase the Nano 8, that there is a good chance that you might get a mix-up, and if you do, maybe just leave us an email below. I think that probably would have been a better resolution instead of just secretly emailing people, because what if somebody else buys a pair and they get their shoes messed up? And this last major story for today is a major lesson in PR 101. Now, the owner of Ridge CrossFit is under fire this week after posting inappropriate stories and videos to his Instagram stories feed. Essentially what happened was the owner of CrossFit Ridge CrossFit decided that he was going to be posting some stories of his athletes working out, but what we actually got were the rear ends of these ladies that were working out. He had posted some inappropriate emojis to those videos and those photos, and one of the athletes from the gym decided that they were going to screen grab it and posted it online. Now, where things take a turn for the worst is when the owner of the gym found out that somebody had screen grabbed the photos and the video. He decided to take things to another level, and instead of just talking to that person directly, he decided to go to their private Facebook group and decided to go on a rant about how it was inappropriate and disrespectful for that athlete to screen grab those photos and share that information with other people, even though he had posted them to his Instagram stories. From what we're told is that about 850 people took to the Ridge CrossFit Yelp page and left negative reviews, just bashed the gym owner, bashed the environment there, and pretty much just reduced their rating down to a 1.5 average in stars. And at this point it looks like the owner's most likely going to have to close down or sell the gym to somebody else, because there's no way that you're ever going to really be able to recover for something like that. And that's just a reminder that anything that you put on the internet, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Snapchat, whether it's Facebook, it's on the internet for good. You can't ever get rid of anything, because you never know if somebody's going to screen grab. You never know if somebody's going to try to take advantage of you. And that's not to say that what this guy did was okay, but especially if you're posting stuff on IG for your fitness and stuff like that, it looks like a lot of the times, whether or not we admit it, people are trying to get their clout up. They're trying to post those fit body images and stuff like that, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's powerlifting. And just be careful with what you're posting. It's a lesson learned for the gym owner, unfortunately, and for us as well, just a reminder that, hey, make sure that what you're posting online is really what you want to portray to the world, because you never know what people might do in terms of taking advantage of you and the information that you put out there. But let me know in the comments below, do you think it was okay for the gym owner to go out and post these images of these ladies working out? Do you think that maybe people are kind of taking things too far with damaging his credibility and destroying his business? What are your comments and what are your thoughts? Leave them down below. In case you missed it, the guys over at Training Think Tank dropped a great video on comp day performance versus training day performance. And this last year, the guys over at Training Think Tank have just been dropping just knowledge bombs. Some of their videos are a little bit on the longer end, but if you're really serious about your training, you're really serious about taking things to the next level, there's just a wealth of information for you to learn, and especially in this video. Max, the head coach over at Training Think Tank and the owner of Training Think Tank, really just kind of goes in depth on how the guys were performing both on comp day at Wodapalooza as well as at their home training gym, and just like talking about all the different aspects of how the guys initially attacked the workout in both environments. And it's just a really good video, especially if you're looking to compete. This is a really, really good video to check out. And within a few hours of this video being posted, we also have an AMA going on over on the weightlifting subreddit with Maddie Rogers, the 69 kg Team USA weightlifter who won bronze at the IWF Worlds that took place last year in Anaheim, California. And I think it'd be a really great opportunity, hopefully, if you pop in and you drop a question, to be able to pick the brain of somebody who's lifted on a national level, somebody who is essentially a full-time weightlifter, to just kind of get into their mind and see, how they tackle things from training to nutrition to just overall lifestyle, quality of life being a weightlifter, and just what it's like to be a weightlifter for Team USA. I will make sure to drop a link to the R weightlifting subreddit. There actually isn't a thread for it yet, but just be on the lookout for that and just kind of look. I believe it is supposed to be taking place at 4 p.m. Pacific time or Eastern time. I'll make sure to have the correct link down below for you guys so you guys can be on the lookout for that. And if you're a Netflix subscriber, this week we also have the release of a new quote-unquote functional fitness documentary from the director Bob Rose on CrossFit. Now, the reason why I put functional fitness in air quotations, because this isn't an actual CrossFit HQ produced documentary. This is some guy, I don't even know what else he's produced, but essentially he decided to create his own documentary on CrossFit that features some CrossFit Games athletes. But this video was, I believe it was actually made in 2009, but it was now released on Netflix this past week. And let's just say it's cringeworthy. And as one reviewer wrote on the video on their YouTube channel, this might be the #1 documentary on douche chill, whatever that means. But if you want a good laugh and you're looking to relax and you want to watch something on quote unquote, again, functional fitness, definitely check out this documentary. It's about an hour and 46 minutes long. So if you got nothing else to watch, you've watched every episode of Black Mirror, make sure you check out this episode, or make sure you check out this documentary. And with that, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode of This Week in CrossFit. Like I said in the previous episodes, I'm going to keep these short, simple, straight to the point, just so that you guys can digest and we can have a little bit more time talking about these things in the comment section below. Today we're going to switch things up, and I got a question for you guys. Make sure to leave your answer down in the comment section below. Would you rather have a 200 kilo squat with a 15-minute Fran, or would you rather have a 3-minute Fran with a 60 kilo squat? And with that, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. Make sure you like and hit that subscribe button so you can get notified of the next episode. And as always, make sure your barbells are heavy and your coffee is black and you've got the LaCroix on deck. It's your boy David with Primed Force, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.